Towards the end of session, you begin to hear the word caucus a lot more.
Representative Sanders. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Republicans, we will be caucusing immediately.
Have you ever wondered what it means? The word caucus can be a noun or a verb. As a noun, it can refer to a political party, such as the House DFL caucus or the House Republican caucus. The word can also mean a meeting or gathering of members of a political party. As a verb, it means to meet in or hold a caucus. Unlike a floor session or committee meeting, which is open to the public, caucus meetings are generally closed to the public. DFL and Republican House members meet in separate rooms in the Capitol. So who was allowed in? House Minority Leader Kurt Doubt says Republican members, research staff, and sometimes communication and leadership staff can come into the Republican meeting. Here's House Majority Leader Aaron Murphy's explanation on who the DFL lets in, including interns and
members who are Democrats, DFLers, that serve in the House of Representatives are the members of our caucus. Most often we'll have staff in the caucus as well, and they are the staff that have subject matter expertise on issues. And so they're there to help us, help members if we have questions that are, mostly I think if we have questions that we need further detail on. And once in a while someone will bring a guest, but the caucus is a meeting for our members, so we don't have guests that stay through the meeting.
Majority Leader Murphy says a bill sponsor may address what's in a bill and take questions from members during caucus.
Usually they'll talk about where it's been in the committee process, what objections have been raised, what amendments they've agreed to already, and how the bill has changed over time. And then members have time for questions. Sometimes it's a little bit of a debate, but mostly it's just Q&A so people are well informed before we take the bill up.
A member who has a good understanding of a bill could also address what's in it.
Members typically will specialize in issue areas, so we'll have members stand up and talk about the bills in their specific issue area.
Minority Leader Doubt says not only are upcoming bills discussed in caucus, so is strategy. He says members discuss overarching issues and try and convince each other if there is a better way of doing something.
It's really an opportunity for us to kind of talk as a family, if you will, or as a team privately about our position on a bill.
This is our chance together informally to talk that stuff through. And I think it's useful for us in the conduct of our work, the execution of our work, and it's a chance for us to make sure we're contemplating things from everybody's perspective, given regions, or the various perspectives that we bring.
When asked if votes are counted during a DFL caucus, Murphy said,
"We're not in here asking the caucus to raise their hands or to stand up and say if they are for or against something so that we can count votes like that. We don't do that."
Doubt says typically votes are not counted during a Republican caucus and that he doesn't typically tell members they have to vote a certain way. However, he does talk about the importance of building a strong base of support.
If it's a controversial thing and we need to know if we think there's a likelihood that if we can peel off a few Democrat votes we can either kill a bill or get an amendment added, then we may get more specific about wanting to make sure that we either know how many votes we have in our caucus or encouraging people to vote for or against a bill. But in most cases we just have general discussions about that. But typically that vote counting process happens more on a member-to-member basis. So we have a few members that go out and they have little groups that they talk to, and we try to figure out. And it's not really an arm twisting. We don't really tell members you have to vote this way, or we might encourage them, but really we do respect that every member has an election certificate and they get to vote to represent their district how they see fit, and we try to honor that.
From year to year and caucus to caucus, there are bound to be some differences, but now you have a better understanding of what could happen when legislators gather to meet.